that we will be dwelling as from the month of September, maybe until the end of the year. And I pray that let it impact your life. Let this theme impact your life. Let this theme has a value in your life. And so the subtopic of today is whom is the Lord going to use for spiritual revival? Whom is God going to use for spiritual revival? Ni nani ambaye Mungu anaenda kumtumikia ili kuweza kufufua ama kufanya ufufuo wa kiroho? Ni nani ambaye Mungu anaenda kumtumikia? And so my question, my concern is about to whom is the Lord going to use for this spiritual revival? More so in the American church, more so in the Church of God as a whole in Kenya, more so in the churches where we are worshiping, where we are praising God. Whom is God going to use for this spiritual revival? And in short, the term we can define is revival. We are talking about spiritual revival. And so, what is revival? Revival is a reformation. Or we can say reviving is to reform. And you cannot reform until you identify the point of weakness that you want to reform. Hawezi ukakuwa na ufio kama hakuna mahali ambapo unaona ya kwamba umekwama. There is something that will make you to see that there is need of revival, either in your life, either in your family, either in your academic, either in your plans, either in your mind, your thinking, and even when we come to church, maybe in our worship service or on how we are running our activities, there is something that is going to hit us. And when it hits us, we reach a point that this we have to reform. And for example, I will use Mariakani as an example because it is Mariakani where we can see the scene that there is a need of revival in Mariakani here. And Mariakani, as we are coming to church, we start with this youth service, this morning service. We come to the main service. Why do we have a need of reviving ourselves? And who is God going to use for this revival? It is you and me. And there is no other person we are going to see that he has to revive. The revival, the reform is going to begin with us. Before we go to any other person, reform has to begin with us. And there is a need of us reforming in the activities that we are doing, in our behavior, in our thinking, in our mind. We have to reform. And I'm going to use a scripture that is going to come from the 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles chapter 34, verse 1 to 3. Verse 1 to 3. Josiah was 8 years old when he became the king, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. And this is amazing that a young boy took the leadership to become the king of Judah. And this is King Josiah. He is among the youngest, and maybe in the whole world, we have never had a younger boy level? I don't think so. If we began a nursery school or a baby class with 3 years, then we have some who began school with 5 years, and at our age, I think I began school with 10 years. So a person with 8 years becoming a king, that is amazing. That is amazing. How it came to be, I don't understand. It is only God's will and it is only God's wisdom that can tell us how did it happen. And this young boy reigned Judah for 31 years. He reigned 31 years. So you can take the 8 years, then you add 31 years, then you can find yourself that even when it came to the end of this King Josiah, he was still a younger person with 39 years. He was not an old, he was not even, we can term that he was in the young adult age. And so, King Josiah took the lead, leading the nation of Judah. And before he took the lead of the nation of Judah, the previous king was his father. And before his father, Ammon, the other king that was there before was his grandfather. That is Manasseh. And so I want to compare the three leadership of these three people. That among the three kings, that is Manasseh, the grandfather of Josiah, that is Ammon, the father of Josiah. They were the wicked king. And also Manasseh was the worst king that led Judah into idol worship. And before he died, because of the destruction that the Lord had brought to the land of Judah and more so to his life, he confessed his sin and he told God that he has done what is an abomination before him, and he pleaded for forgiveness, and the Lord forgave the grandfather. The son of Manasseh, who is Ammon, took over the leadership, the kingdom. He was the worst king. He never learned from his father about the destruction that Judah and his father received. He continued into what his father planted, and he reigned 2 years, and he was killed by the what we call enemy nations, or an enemy country killed him because of his wickedness. Wapenda nataka kuambia historia kidogo before nifafanue about Josiah. Ya kwamba Manasseh, due to worship of idols and due to being immersed in worshiping of idols, the time when he came to worship the idols and he wanted to please people and to please himself, it reached a time that he murdered his own children. He took his own children while he was burning sacrifices to idols. He sacrificed even his own children.